Hello my dear students. Now we will go for the last part of unit 1, capacitors. Capacitors sometimes called as condensers as written. Capacitor is a device. As its name indicates, it has capacity to store electric charge or electrical energy. Question arises whether it stores electrical energy or electric charge. We will explain it. So capacitor is a device which has capacity to store electric charge. I think you are following. See, capacitor is a device which has capacity to store, electrical energy or electrical, we can say, charge. But question is, how can it will store the charge? And I think you can take the plenty of examples. Take an example of an emergency light. What you are doing inside this? You are storing electrical energy when electricity is on, and you are utilizing this one when electricity is off. That means you are storing something. You are storing electricity. You are storing electrical energy, and electrical energy is stored, we can say, in the form of electrical charge, we can say, because whenever charge flows, that gives you current, and we will explain how it can store the charge. Now, by construction, it is very simple. Any two conductors in any form, it may be in the form of a rod, it may be a plate, it may be a cylinder, it may be a sphere, whatever it may be, or in a irregular shape, and it consists of two conductors separated by insulator, or we can say, you should remember this word, we will explain it later on, or dielectric. That means capacitor consists of two conductors separated by insulator or dielectric. Now you should know what is insulators. Air is insulators, any copper, mica is insulators, glass is insulators, and we will see what are the dielectrics, what are insulators. But however, dielectrics are basically insulators, and we have slightly explained this one. Again, we will explain in this chapter in detail. Now, two conductors separated by insulator is called as a capacitor. By construction, it is two conductors separated by only insulators in between them. If conductors are in form of parallel plate, insulators are there. Simply take the air now. Two conductors in the form of parallel plate separated by air called as parallel plate capacitor. See, two coaxial cylinders, just like pen and refill. In between pen and refill there is air, insulator. So that is cylindrical capacitor. Again, you can say two concentric spheres, one sphere, conducting sphere, surrounded by another sphere. One sphere surrounded by another sphere, intervening medium must be insulator like air. Then that is spherical capacitor. Question is, how to represent the capacitor in the form of a diagram? It is not possible to plot a parallel plate or a cylinder or a sphere for theoretical purpose, and the symbol we can use for this capacitor, the circuit symbol. So here circuit symbol. Circuit is a path for current flow. I am writing in short from this. I will write CCT dot. Circuit symbol of any capacitor is like this, two parallel plates, just like. This is one terminal, this is one terminal, these two are conductors, and here insulator or dielectric, you can say. That means this is the circuit symbol. Just in school you have read, this is the symbol, what? For resistance. This is the symbol for resistance, and this is the circuit symbol for capacitance. This symbol is made like this because it gives the hindrance to flow of electron. It gives a raw part to the flow of electron. It gives an obstruction, resistance. That's why the path is like ramblers. So there is a circuit symbol. And similarly, capacitor by construction, two conductors separated by insulators, and they are represented by symbol, circuit symbol like this. This is the circuit symbol of a capacitor. Two lines must be of equal length. That doesn't mean that you will take the scale and measure it. That should be approximately same. And these are the one terminal of the capacitor. This is another terminal of the capacitor. And we will see how it can store the charge, how it can be utilized for storing purposes. And whenever you have plenty of examples in electric motor, in electric fan, we are having capacitors. The basic aim, it will store the charge and can release the charge at once. It will store the charge and release the charge at once, means whenever we need high current, we can use the capacitor. So here, capacitor, by construction, two conductors separate from insulators. See, if you make one line large, one line small, this is a cell or battery. This is a battery. But here, two lines are parallel. Now, what is the function of this one? How it can store the charge? This is a metal plate, this is a metal plate, this is insulator, in between is insulator. Now, you can connect a cell across it. I will explain how it can store the charge, called a charge of the charging of capacitor, and will define a word called as capacitance. I will define a word capacitance represented by symbol capital C, and the charging of a capacitor. Now you see, now here, so this is the same potential difference V applied across this capacitor, and this side is plus, this side is minus, and this is one metal plate, this is one metal plate or metal conductor, we can say. It will not be in plate, it may be of any form. It may be cylinder, it may be sphere, maybe any form. So these are the plates of the capacitor. Now you are applying the potential difference across this. What happens? Now this side becomes negatively charged. By induction, this electron will be repelled by this, electron will be attracted by these positive terminals, so that there will be deficiency of electron in this side, and this becomes positively charged. Okay, that means there is insulators, you can say. By induction process charge can be transferred, we can say. So here we can explain like this. This is negatively charged cell terminal. So this will repel the electrons from this. This will be, the electrons will flow like this. So this will be negatively charged. Now we can say electron can be attracted by this positive terminal. So this will be positively charged. Now let the charge here is plus Q, here minus Q. That means here the excess of electron is exactly equal to the deficiency of electron in this case. Then we can say how it can store the charge. Store the charge, that doesn't mean that just like a bottle we can store the water, just like in a bag we can store the goods. No, the plates are charged. The plates are charged. It's an insulator. In between these there are insulators. The plates are charged, and we can say it can store the charge because if we remove this, if we remove the cell, this acts as a cell now. So this is called as a charging of the capacitor, we can say. So if you are having charge plus Q here, charge minus Q, we can say charge that can be stored across this one, charge that is stored across this one is Q. Okay, so in this manner we can say charge can be stored across the conductors, across the plates, across the terminals of the capacitor. We can say capacitor stores the charge. We will find out what is the energy stored across this one. Now question is, if it can store the charge, here you can say this side becomes plus Q, this side becomes minus Q. Here there is a ambiguity, say. In some cases it is written it stores electrical charge. In some cases written it stores electrical energy. Which is more correct? What do you think about this one? Which one will be more correct? Whether it will store the charge? Both are correct. In some books it is both, it stores charge. In some books it is written it stores electrical energy. And sometimes also we tell like this. But the main factor is stores electrical energy. The charge here, total amount of positive charge equal to total number of negative charge. net charge of the capacitor is 0. Remember this one. Net charge of a capacitor, if it is a capacitor, net charge becomes 0. If it is a charged capacitor also, maybe uncharged capacitor. So here the net charge is 0 plus the amount in a hole. In a hole, if you take this one, here you see, this is positive, this is negative. So here this is a charged capacitor. If you remove this battery and take out this one, this is a charged capacitor. Now if you connect it like this, then electron starts moving in this manner. The electron starts moving, then the capacitor becomes neutralized. Okay, so net charge of the capacitor is 0. You should remember this one. But we tell it stores the electrical charge because the plates are charged. Charge are there. It acts as a battery again. Now question is, how much charge can be stored across this one? This is the most important. I think the entire chapter will be explained by a single formula. Gotiye formula re so pura chapters, the entire chapter will explain it. See. Now here, now if you apply the voltage V, charge can be stored. So Q is the charge stored. For an examples, either plus Q or minus Q in magnitude, Q is the charge. Now it is found that the charge stored is directly proportional to voltage applied. If you apply more voltage, more charge can be stored. If you supply more energy can be stored. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. That's why if you apply more voltage, more charge can be stored across this one. So Q proportional to V. If I write Q equal to some constant into V. Remember, this is the proportionality constant. I am removing the proportional sign, putting this constant. This proportionality constant C called as capacitance of the capacitor. It is called capacitance of the capacitor. Then question is, what is a capacitor? What is a capacitance? Capacitor is a device. The device itself is a capacitor. Okay, and its ability to store the charge, the physical property of that device by which it can store the charge is called capacitance. Capacitance is the ability of that component to store electrical charge. It is a property, capacitance. But capacitor is the device. That's why any device constructed with specific amount of capacitance is called as capacitor. That is the difference between capacitor and capacitance. Capacitor is a device. Then the resistor, resistance. Resistor is a device, resistance is a property. Capacitor is a device, capacitance is a property. And we write that proportionality constant C because we will call it capacitance of the capacitor. From this, I can write an important relation for capacitance, that is Q by V. You can see this formula, C equal to Q by V. This is the capacitance of the capacitor. Now the question is, again listen it, this is the proportionality constant. Proportional symbol, it has been removed and constant has been substituted, called as proportionality constant. And this is constant for a capacitor. Now question is, if we increase the voltage across this, if we increase the voltage across this, potential difference, if we increase say 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 5 volt, 7 volt, 10 volt, 20 volt, 40 volt like this, if you go on increasing the voltage, even if you go on increasing your supply voltage to 20 volts, question is, if you increase the voltage, what happens to capacitance of the capacitor? You may tell it will decrease. Is it? If you go on increasing the voltage across the capacitor, what happens to capacitance of that capacitor? Capacitance is the property by which it can store the charge. So what will happen? Now if you increase the voltage, capacitance remains unchanged. If we increase this voltage, Q proportional to V, that means if we increase this, Q will increase, charge will increase, but capacitance of the capacitor remains constant. You can imagine a very simple example. Say you have a container. You are taking something in that container. Say you have gone to market, you have a container, and that container can have accommodated with 5 kg mangoes. So mangoes are very cheap now. Now can you accommodate 10 kg ambo in that case? Mango, 10 kg mango, 10 kg mango cannot be adjusted, in which we can adjust the 5 kg mangoes. That means capacity of a container remains constant. Capacity of a capacitor remains constant, only depends on physical structure. We will prove it. If you increase the physical size of the capacitor, if you take the more size of conductors, if you take very large size of conductors, you can have more capacity. It is very obvious. If you take larger conductor, you can store more charge. But if you increase the potential difference, if you increase the charge, or if you decrease the charge or decrease the potential difference, nothing will happen to this one. Capacitance of a capacitor remains constant. It does not depend upon the potential difference, also charge on the capacitor. More the voltage you apply, more the charge it can store. Okay. Now from this we can define the unit and dimension of capacitance. So charge is coulomb, V is volt, and the special unit, remember, farad. So farad equals to coulomb by volt. 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. So that is a special unit for capacitance. Capacitance is generally expressed in farad, but farad is a very large unit. I will prove now. If you take a conductor, spherical conductor just like earth, if you take a conductor of size like earth, is very large size, whose radius is 6400 km. If you take such a conductor, the capacitance will not be in farad, it will be in microfarad. That is why, since this unit is very large, sometimes is used some smaller units. 1 microfarad, it is a symbol of microfarad is 10 to the power minus 6 farad, and 1 picofarad equal to 10 to the power minus 12 farad. Pico means micro, double micro, 10 to minus 12. So that's why in almost all electronic devices we use the capacitance of this order, picofarad. In some cases microfarad, because farad unit is very large. Now we will see how a conductor having size of earth like size conductors possesses capacitance of microfarad. That's why farad is a very larger unit. So most of the problems and numericals will be given in this microfarad and picofarad, but the SI unit of capacitance is farad. Okay. So accordingly, I think the entire chapter will be discussed taking this formula into considerations. Now let us have capacitance of a spherical conductor. So small thing we will discuss today. Next we will go details about this one, spherical conductor. Spherical conductor, I have already told you, we will take the example of a conductor like earth, that is a spherical conductor, and it is very easy to calculate. Also it is in your syllabus, that's why you can go through this one. Now spherical conductor, you can take a spherical conductor of radius r. Now let this conductor is positively charged, and these questions potential may be asked in this exam. So this is a spherical conductor. Spherical conductor, just like a sphere, we can say, just sphere of radius r, and it charge q over the surface. Over the surface we can say charge will be q. So accordingly, see, do you remember what is the potential at the surface? Potential at surface, at surface, here, formula I think you do remember, K Q by R. This formula is very important. And if for a spherical conductor, here the potential is KQ by R, here the potential is KQ by R, here the potential is KQ by R, here is the potential is also kq by r. In a conductor, potential remains uniform throughout. There is no difference in potential between this and this. You may be asked a question, what is the potential at this point and electric field at this point? Electric field inside a conductor is 0. But potential inside the conductor is exactly same as that on the surface. The potential inside a conductor is exactly same as that on the surface. That's why in any internal point the potential will be same. So that here potential on the surface I have taken kq by r. K, I think no, the value k is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. That's a capacitance of these capacitors. Here you can write also k is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. So q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. You can see k is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. This is q by r. This is potential. That's a capacitance. If you want to find out according to this formula, here capacitance of that capacitor as you have discussed, what will the value of this capacitance? C equals to q by v, q by v, v is q divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 r. Okay, this q cancels out. That's why C equals to 4 pi epsilon 0 r, that goes to numerator. 4 pi epsilon 0 is constant. I think you know the 1 by k. That's why the capacitance proportional to r. What does it mean? It is a very common sense. Larger the container, larger is the capacity. Larger is the conductor, larger is its capacitance. This is only the difference. More the size of the conductor, more is the capacitance. More charge can be stored across this. Charge always stores over the surface, not inside the body. Now here, so that capacitance of this type of spherical conductor is 4 pi epsilon 0 r. Remember, this derivation may be asked as a 3-mark short questions in your board exam. So C is equal to 4 pi epsilon 0 r. Now if you will see one example, we will consider the spherical conductor equivalent to earth in the size of earth. Size of earth means radius 6400 kilometer. This is the radius of earth. 6.4 it is kilometer, meter hele 10 to the power 3, 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meter. It is radius. It is radius of the conductor like earth. If you consider a spherical conductor just in the shape of earth whose radius is 6400 kilometer, that is 6.4 10 to the 6 meter. Let us calculate this capacitance. The capacitance of that will be 4 pi epsilon 0 r. Now I think you know the tricks of calculating this one. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 mane achi 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9. That's why 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 will be 1 by 9 into 10 to the power 9 into r 6.4 into 10 to the power 6. So this equals to 6.4 divided by 9 into, it is plus 9, it can be taken to numerator, minus 9 plus 6, 10 to the power minus 3. And if you divide this 6.4 by 9, the answer will be, say, the standard result, you can remember this, into 10 to the power minus 3 farad. And you can write 711, 3 decimal, it will be 10 to the power 711 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 10 to the power minus 3 earlier is there. That's why 711 into 10 to the power minus 6 farad, and the 711 microfarad. See, this is the result. So very interesting result. That means if you take a conductor of size just like earth, it is not possible to take. However, if you imagine that you can take this one, then its capacitance will be in microfarad. That's why I have written earlier, the farad unit being very large, most of the times we use the smaller units microfarad and picofarad. I think in most of the problems in combination of capacitors, all will be given in microfarad because we generally use the microfarad capacitance. Okay. So now let me summarize what we have read till now. Just 5 sentences I will tell, you should remember this one. Capacitor is a device which has capacity to store electrical energy or electrical charge. By construction, it is very simple. Two conductors separated by insulator, so charge can never flow through this. So two conductors separated by insulator, any two conductors separated by any insulator is a capacitor. And if you have a capacitor, voltage V can be applied across this such that Q charge can be stored across the plates of the capacitor. Then capacitance of that capacitor is given by this, whose unit is farad. But farad being very small, larger unit, we use smaller units in microfarad and picofarad. And if you consider a spherical conductor, you may ask me, why can you consider a spherical conductor, not any other form of conductor? It is easy to calculate this one. Also, it is on the syllabus. If you consider a sphere whose radius is r, the capacitance is 4 pi epsilon 0 r. I think you should never forget this formula. 4 pi epsilon 0 r. R is the radius of that sphere. So capacitance is directly proportional to size of the conductor. More the size, more is the capacitance. I think you are able to follow. A very common sense. More the size, more the charge can be stored. So more is the capacitance, more its capacity. So that here, if you consider this result, you should remember. If you consider a conductor like earth, its capacitance will be only 711 microfarad. You needn't calculate this one because you can never change this one. Okay. So accordingly, we can have another tricks. So I think this formula you should adopt, this formula. And let me finish this formula today, and next we will calculate a important long question. Now let me give an examples. See, this is example 2. You will be asked a question over this formula. So you can have parallel plate capacitor, any type of capacitor. The plates you are taking may be rectangular in form, just like rectangular in form, or just circular in form. Say you have given the circular disc, a disc. It is a disc whose radius is given. I think radius is this problems I have solved, but it is a very important one. That's why let me okay. Now so here is a capacitor. It is given, these are two plates, these are the plates, and here, so another problems, let me take you first. Another standard questions you can remember, later we will see that problem. For an examples, you will be asked a question, what will be the capacitance of a spherical conductor of size 1 meter. I have already told you for earth, another you can remember for a size of 1 meter. So example 2, so if radius is equal to 1 meter, I think you can guess what is the size, 1 meter, I think just like 1 meter 3 feet 3 inches, radius is 1 meter, radius is 1 meter means diameter is 2 meter. So that 1 meter, its capacitance also you should remember this one. 4 pi epsilon 0, same formula, R is 1 and it is 1 by 9 into 10 to the power 9 into 1, and if you divide this, you will get a result. You should remember this result. Two results should be remembered. 1, and if you divide this 1 by 9 into 10 to the power minus 9, 1 by 9 is, you should remember this 0.11. 0.11 into 10 to the power minus 9 farad, and this may be asked as a MCQ question, should remember this value 1.1 into 10 to the power minus 10 farad. Minus 10 farad. That means if you take a spherical conductor of radius 1 meter, you may be asked these questions, answer you can remember. It is standard result. These two you should remember. The spherical conductor whose radius is 1 meter, the spherical conductor's radius is equal to radius of earth. For 1 meter, this is the answer. For radius, for earth like conductor, the capacitance is approximately 711 microfarad. With this, we will calculate the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, which may be asked as a long questions. Okay, we can stop here.